We are live. Woohoo!
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Welcome to episode 8
8?
of
Wow.
8 of the Ed Talk, but this is only episode 3 of season 2. It's fine. It's confusing. Anyways, hello. Here we have. Let me do the switch screens. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Artie. I like long walks on the beach. Actually, I don't.
This is not a dating app.
Is the Discord channel really not a dating app, Mister? I found a relationship via a Discord app, via Discord. Anyway, hi, I'm Artie. I go by she, they pronouns. Haven't decided on which one yet. I cosplay.
Yeah.
I'm Australian, by the way, if you haven't guessed by my accent. I'm also 19 in 2 months. Okay, anyway, I think that's enough of an introduction.
Oh, hello. Okay. Anyways, we're going to be talking about world building and OC tag creating stuff because Artie has had a hand in all sorts of things in like world building and helping with OC tags.
I say as I'm currently writing about a world that I'm building.
Yeah,
kind of all of us are building, kind of. Yeah.
Stop creaking, chair. Anyways, so we're gonna be talking about that as well as just the general cosplay questions that I always ask.
Therapist, that's what. Okay, continue. I'm Eddie's therapist.
Okay. Yes. So, start with a couple of the questions from the list, and then we can talk about world building, and then more questions, and then we'll see.
Yep.
Let's not get off topic, because I usually get off topic, but that's fine. It's fine.
Cough, the last slide with you and Justin. I got way off topic.
Okay. So, when did you start cosplaying?
I think it was September of 2020. Not 2020. 2019. September of 2019, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
Was it like on TikTok or just like in general?
It was on TikTok. I made my first OC, and that's where I got my name from. Her name was Artemis Moonshadow. Now, I got nicknamed Artemis, and that got shortened to Artie. And I said, "Hey, you guys can call me Jamie." They're like, "No, I think we'll just stick with that." So, yeah. Yeah, I think that's when I started cosplaying. That November, I went to a con. I did a really, really shitty cosplay of Black Canary that ended up just turning into a Death Eater because I took off the mask and bought a Harry Potter wand.
That's the way to do it. That's
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We don't talk about those days.
Okay.
No. My cosplays were terrible then.
So that kind of answers the question of who your first cosplay was and who your first non-OC cosplay was.
Yeah, kind of answered those questions. Yeah, let's move on. We're doing great.
So how did you join TikTok? Like, did you hear from someone, or were you like, hey?
I think I heard from someone. So before I cosplayed, I had just a regular account, like a private account, and I would follow a bunch of cosplayers. And I just realized one of the first people I followed was actually Jace or Blue Jay King. Like I think it was they could have been the first person I followed, and yeah, which is really funny because we're mutuals and good friends now.
Bonds, people, bonds.
Yeah, bonds. I followed the TikTok Hogwarts thing. That was the first yeah. So I followed Nico on my old account that has now gotten deleted because I got the new one. But yeah, Nico and Jace were one of the couple of the first people I ever followed, and got really interested in that. Started a cosplay account, deleted that old account, and yeah. Started. I think I just went and that's in my recommended. Cool, I'm gonna download that. Either that or a friend showed me a video. I don't know.
it just happened. One
Yeah,
day
it just happened. It wasn't a, hey, you guys should download TikTok. It was a, oh, this is an app. Let's see what this is about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Curiosity made the Artie gay.
hello.
Hey! Hello.
I always forget to say this, but if at any time you have a question
Is
for
that
Artie,
Hannah? Is that Hannah's at?
I think
That's Hannah's
so.
at. Yes. If you were Hannah, hello. I don't know your at. I think that's Hannah. Hello,
Anyway, if you have any questions at any time for Artie, put them in the chat and I'll get to them eventually.
Yes, I'm single.
Okay.
I didn't hear that. I just went, yes, I'm single. Like that.
Okay, that's all for the Ed Talk. Bye. I'm kidding. Favorite fandom to cosplay from?
So it's really what current fandom am I hyperfixating on?
And what is that?
Yeah. Shadow and Bone?
Yeah, that's
I haven't even cosplayed from them yet. I'm planning a Kaz Brecker cosplay, hence the trench coat and the cane I made. But favorite general fandom to cosplay from? I haven't cosplayed from in a while, but I think it genuinely might be My Hero. If not, then I cosplayed Yennefer from The Witcher. I cosplayed Morrigan from A Court of Thorn and Roses. Those two are cosplays that I'm the most proud of. One of them. But yeah, I kind of am a bit eclectic when it comes to fandoms. I don't cosplay from Harry Potter anymore because
yes.
J.K. Rowling. I'm one of those people that I don't hate it when people I don't hate it when people cosplay from Harry Potter. It's none of my business, and I don't necessarily hate the fandom because fandom's great. But a lot of people go, "Oh yeah, let's reclaim the books. The books were written by Dobby," and I'm like, no, there were plenty of pretty shitty things in those books that were written that she needs to take accountability for. And so some of those characters I'm a bit iffy on cosplaying. If I did, it would be the Marauders, because the Marauders have kind of been taken so much by the fandom and rewritten. Like a lot of the things about Marauders are not canon, they're canon. So I might cosplay Remus Lupin, but it's an iffy.
Yeah. I love it when well, most of the time. Sometimes fandoms take it a little too far, but I like it when they take a side character and they're like, hey, let's as a fandom collectively agree that this is what happens. This is their backstory. You know, I just love that.
The queer community likes to attach to the queer-coded side characters. That's why. Sorry, just calling out the entire queer community like I'm not part of it.
Yes, it is. By the way, it is Hannah. Hello.
Hello, Hannah.
Oh. Look at that. I think you have to now.
Angsty wolf boy, let's go.
Oh no. Okay.
You can't say that I have to cosplay Remus Lupin and not expect me to make Angst.
Yeah.
That would be like me cosplaying Happy Marlowe videos.
Gross.
Exactly. Gross.
Question. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing this is gonna be just. Well, we kind of answered this question already, but let's just say, overall, who is the most favorite character you've ever cosplayed?
Mm-hmm.
Like, had the best time filming, and just felt really good about it.
It depends on whether I can find audios. I have a kind of list. I mentioned Yennefer and Morrigan. Mm-hmm. Kirishima was so much fun to cosplay. I love my Kirishima cosplay. I do want to do more with it, but that's why I haven't cosplayed him in a while. Mm-hmm. I really liked cosplaying. What was it that I cosplayed? Oh, Artemis Croc from Young Justice. And I haven't posted the videos yet, purely just because I haven't clicked to post. I I did young Jack Frost. So like brown haired Jack Frost. Those were some of the ones that I had the most fun with.
Iconic. Love
But
that.
also OCs. I love cosplaying my OCs because like they're my children.
How many do you have again? Talent, everyone?
Are we including NPCs?
Yes.
Over 100, clearly. I've created an entire town's worth of NPCs, Eddie.
Yeah.
Multiple. NPCs, I mean, in the regards to Dungeons and Dragons. So. Yeah. My children. The players' characters are my children as well, which is kind of slightly concerning considering what I'm going to be putting them through.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a little concerning. Just a little bit. I would like to say that both Artie and Eddie look absolutely fantastic, and Artie, the outfit is perfect for you.
Thank you. I feel like a lesbian professor or therapist, or both.
Both good professions. Good professions.
Good professions to be in.
Okay, this one is a great segue question.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, favorite tag you've joined on TikTok, which might be hard for you to answer, but this is the segue into
Actually, no, it's not. I am gonna have to be I'm gonna be a little bit sappy and say Modern Vendors.
Oh no!
Purely because it was the tag that kind of set everything in the I had to go this way. Nope. Yep. It's just sent everything in like an upwards direction. Like I met a bunch of people. I became close with all of y'all. I ended up like being able to play D&D with a bunch of people. Like literally everything stemmed from Modern Vendors. Other one I would probably say I would never cosplay from it again, and I probably would never rejoin the tag. But my first ever tag I joined was Heyo, and which was a Harry Potter tag. Okay. That was a couple of the TikTok Hogwarts characters were a part of. I think they were kind of like in both. And that was the tag that I joined, and like when I joined the Discord, they were actually the first people I came out as bisexual to. And there was time I was going, hang on, I can just say this, and if it works, it works. Like these people won't care. And so so that helps me a lot with my identity and stuff. But as for favorite tag, it would have to be Modern Vendors. That, and I love my characters from Modern Vendors. They're so great.
Hannah also agrees.
Yeah, man. Yes. Like Modern Vendors. Round of applause, Eddie, for creating that tag.
No, it's the Ed talk. We don't talk about me.
It's literally Ed talk.
Yeah, that's just because I'm narcissistic. Anyways. So that leads us into questions about tag creating and world building, because it is
I built a lot of those
sometimes.
It is
weird.
Yeah. When I have an idea, I don't necessarily have an idea for a tag. It'll either start from an OC or a world. And so said OC, tags that have started from OCs were a tag that I'm in called 3 of the 7 Seas, which I need to film more for. I just need to get more stuff for a certain cosplay. Because Hannah's on call. I have a few things planned. But anyway. Yes. For 3 of the 7 Seas, that started from a character. I've been starting a new tag that I need to refilm for. Called Between Sky and Sea. That one started from a character. I joined a lot of tags with an idea for a character and found a tag and slotted them in. I don't necessarily see, unless a friend has started it and gone, hey, do you want to join? I usually create the character first, then find a tag for them to be put in. But worlds, there was that brief Umbrella Academy one that started from a world, not characters.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was, and I kind of really want to cosplay Icarus again. Like, really want to cosplay him. What else? I'm trying to think of all the tags that I made. I've like literally forgotten half of them. This was before I joined Modern Vendors, but I had a second generation It character that started from a world before the character. Her name was Stephanie Steph Tozier. She was the kid, because what we did, we decided, and Eddie, you're gonna hate this, we decided to go with It Chapter 2 being completely canon.
Oh God, no.
But the kids were born kind of like in the middle of It Chapter 2. So like they were young when all of that happened. Not spoiling it, but yeah. I might actually bring Steph back because Steph's great. I love her so much. Whole ass lesbian. Whole ass lesbian.
I would join that tag, just saying I need more It content in my life. Even if It Chapter 2 is canon.
So, little example for world building. Eddie, let's build a tag.
Okay. Oh God.
No. Let's do that later so we don't spoil anything. But yeah, Steph started from a world. I'm trying to think of others. But yeah, the world is kind of, it's harder to create a character, but it's easier to create a plot. Oh, and we're starting off with a character. It's easy, obviously it's easy to create a character, but it's harder to fit them into a world that makes sense because a lot of plot holes can happen, and I hate plot holes. So sometimes we'll recognize a plot hole and then go, actually, this character could just do this, and that happened the entire time, and that plot hole was never there. So, hi, 3 of the 7 Seas. Hi, Ash.
Oh God.
Kind of like Ash is kind of the source of my, hey, here's a plot hole. No, there isn't.
Love plot holes. Modern Vendors is probably full of a ton of them because I didn't plan anything.
Actually, not a hell of a lot. Because again, the same thing kind of happened. Like, you were like, oh, plot hole, what's this? How did Carter learn firebending? Well, let's go back to that. This was the idea the entire time. Hi, Marlo. How you doing? How you doing, baby? Bisexual man.
Love that.
Marlo is one of my favorite cosplays. I feel so confident in him because he is the opposite personality to me. Holy shit.
Would you say that he is one of your favorite OCs? Because that is a question on my list. Which I think...
I don't think he's my favorite OC. I think he's one of.
Yeah.
My favorite OC has to probably be Callie. Purely because, again, it was kind of the nostalgia from Modern Vendors, but also I'm really proud of what happened with her plot.
Yeah.
Because I planned something, hi Heidi. I planned something with a wonderful person called Heidi, and we went, hey, Callie was meant to be the villain for book 2. Meant to be like one of the main villains. Hi Hannah for having to take over. Thank you. And Callie was meant to be a villain. She was also meant to be lesbian, and Killian was meant to be gay, but it's fine. Yeah. Kallie's sister Kay created Caius as a love interest, but that did end up happening. Hi, I created a straight character. Anyway, it's fine with being straight, but me playing a straight character is a bit weird. But Callie was meant to. So Kylie's mother was murdered. And that was meant to be by a waterbender. And I went to an evil waterbender, Killian, and went, hey, Heidi, can your character kill my mother? And Heidi was like, yeah, cool, let's do that. And then we filmed videos with them because they met, like, at a very odd circumstance. So, like, they were met at this party, and Callie's like, well, I'm going to threaten you and your brother. And then, so she went in disguise as Phoenix. She went back and she was like, oh no, I didn't attend the party because I was sick. What do you guys need help with? Killian shows up to the group and goes, hey, so my brother's been kidnapped. And I went, damn, okay. And I went, let's go with this, Callie. Callie and Killian end up having to work together. And Heidi is incapable of filming non-ship content because Killian is a sap. Romance. And we're like, okay, let's just pretend to ship them and have all of the whoever's watching just go, oh yeah, no, like every part of the time it's like, oh yeah, no, we ship them so much. And we're like, let's have Callie betray Killian. That was one of the ideas. And then I started shipping them. Then Heidi started shipping them. And we went, oh shit, we've just made evil villain characters redeemable.
Tonight.
Yeah. So yeah, don't expect tags to go the way you want them to, plot-wise. They will never. They will make a story of their own. That is the biggest lesson I've learned. Don't write, if you're going to write out an entire plot, expect things to go sideways. Because they will. D&D. But yeah, I gotta say Callie is my favorite character and my favorite, like, plot line that I've built. Probably my second one would be 3 of the 7 Seas, Dylan and Lawrence, because I can't choose between them. Because their plot line is also very in-depth.
We love that.
Yeah. I love some good plot lines. Good plot lines.
Oh yes.
Because you have to be careful with Angst, because it can end up being, they can end up almost seeming like a vent character, and it can be like the story itself will kind of meld into like the what you meant to get out of Angst, the emotional response will stop being an emotional response and be more like, oh, that's just depressing. Okay. Like, you have to be really careful, and that's something that, especially with tags that are as quote unquote intense as Modern Benders and 3 of the 7 Seas, you have to be really careful. Yeah. Because otherwise it will get to that point. Modern Benders. We have some things planned, don't we, Eddie? Yeah. It's not angsty at all. Marlowe's a great character. He's a great person too. Yeah, not manipulative at all.
Mm-hmm. I've found with Angst that usually tags can start off like pretty low-key and happy, and then one person decides to make Angst, and then everyone does, and it just gets out of control. Yeah. And I'm just here sitting in the corner like, are you kidding me?
Like, Nico, I'm gonna make the only non-angsty character in Modern Benders. Nico's character dies.
Oof.
Hi, Ara.
That's how the turntables turn.
That's the plot chickens.
We have a question. Ooh, this is a nice question.
Favorite animal. Oh, you're making little stuff. Oh, my favorite animal. I'm studying animal ecology. I'm studying conservation at university. It's like telling me to choose my favorite wolves. Wolves.
Just telling me to choose my favorite wolves.
Wolves. Wolves are my favorite animals. And yes. I mean, like, I don't mean like stylized, like, I mean like, I was about to say canon wolves, and I realized that's not a thing. That's not right. Wolves from like the Yellowstone wolves, I would go on massive rants about them and how they were. Nope, I'm going to stop that. That's a hyperfixation. That's talking about a not wolves. Wolves are my favorite.
I can tell, because you've built a world around wolves before. Do you remember that?
I did. I did.
Summer. Well, my summer. A couple months ago.
Yes.
Yes.
Was it the one that I kind of wrote a script for and then dropped? Or was it the one?
I think it was the one we were going to do, like a short film type thing.
Gay werewolves. Yeah. It actually has a name. We just called it Gay Werewolves. And I still want to do that. I'm thinking of actually turning it just into a tag.
That would be really cool.
Those characters were so cute.
It was so much fun planning for it.
Well, too. And we had such good planning. And then I think what happened is, like, we wanted to start filming for it, and then someone wasn't able to, or someone like kind of didn't have the time at that time, and it got dropped. And that was also the time that Hero's Legacy started.
Yeah. We did like stuff. It's fine though.
Yeah. Hero's Legacy was also a tag storyline that was created off a character, because I can't tell you what word Nico yelled at me because spoilers, but I joined a call, Nico yelled at me, and I went, okay, cool, and created a character, and yeah, it was literally one word that I just got so surprised over, and yeah, Nico just yelled at me, and I'm like, okay.
Fine. And then we were all dragged in. Yeah. If you've seen Hero's Legacy, you probably already know that Hibiki was already an OC, and he was just dragged in and revamped, which is fun, because
love Hibiki.
Stuff.
You accidentally started a cult.
I did. It's not the first one.
And I hate you for it.
It's fine. It's fine.
I so want to. There is not a lot stopping me from deleting that channel.
Okay, next Ed Talk. the Hibiki cult.
No. Anyway, what other? Do you guys have any questions for specific world building? Because we might move the topic onto D&D because that's world building on its finest.
I will ask you a couple more questions from my list, and then we can talk more about D&D because that's a whole topic of itself.
Yeah, world building, am I right?
Okay. Any cosplans you want to share that you're super excited about?
Kaz Brecker for one, Shadow and Bone. Who else? I've been yelled at to cosplay a D&D OC of mine, but that's not going to happen for a while. It's technically a cosplay because I am building it, but somebody needs to make a prosthetic arm before I can. They've offered to make it for me. Yep.
I love that.
Oh, also young Steve and probably young Bucky, but I would probably want to also get the Winter Soldier arm or build it somehow because I will want to cosplay that. But yeah, young Steve, because I want to film Stucky content because I ship Stucky. It's fine if it's fine if you don't. I just really ship Stucky because it makes me sad. Yep.
The only reason to ship anything, it makes me sad.
I want to cosplay a couple of other characters from Shadow and Bone, but I need wigs for that and I need planning for that. So it's Wylan Benek, Ginger Arsonist. Natalie might end up cosplaying Wylan, because Ginger Arsonists are kind of her thing. Yeah. And possibly Nina Zenek, but again, she's going to take a while. I know. I think that's all I've got so far. Oh, and probably a couple more OCs, knowing me.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, probably Steph.
In the next couple months, there's just going to be 5,000 new tags that Artie has created or joined. Just 5,000.
You were just as bad. You were just as bad as me.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
No.
Jessie
is great. You're correct.
Jessie is great. Mm-hmm. But, Artie has so many OCs. Eddie.
Uh-huh.
You have a lot of OCs as well. I have the most. I hold the title of the most OCs, and I'm very proud of that. But you can't talk, Eddie. You have a lot. You have a lot of OCs.
No, I have a good amount.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you have another question for me, Eddie?
Yes, I do. My brother is in the bathroom. Anyways, keep questions. So, if you remember, because a lot of people don't remember this question or whatever, which I understand because I don't know this question, but what TikTok are you most proud of? Like that you created or duetted, anything?
The TikTok that I currently love the most that I keep rewatching isn't actually mine. It's a duet that I started, and it was the Sincerely Me one.
Yeah.
That is between Carter and Marlo. That isn't necessarily the one I'm most proud of, but it is my favorite. The ones I'm most proud of, I have some really. I want to cosplay her again, but I cosplayed Vanya, and one of the TikToks that I made it had an amazing transition. That I'm really proud of. I think that might be it. But also I have favorite videos from specific like cosplays. But out of like a mean kind of like an average of the amount of videos that I am the most proud of would probably be Marlo. Because a lot of the videos I film from Marlo I get either right on the first try or which is unusual for me. I usually refilm videos like fucking 20 times maybe. But with Marlo, especially the first couple, I'm really proud of. Like the one that introduced Marlo. The second one. So the two and then the second one. The second one, which was Marlo looking for Carter, that took a while and I'm really proud of it. Also a video that I need to refilm because Marlo has scars. But certain video revealing a certain part of Marlo's character is really good.
Love that. Always. Yep.
Always and forever.
Okay. If you could cosplay, why is my Wi-Fi? What? A Wi-Fi thing just popped up in the little corner with the eyes? That's weird. I don't know. I don't like that. Moving on. If you could cosplay any character, like no regard to money, availability, or anything, who would it be?
Again, I have a couple, and they're all from D&D podcasts. Vanden from Life of the Party. Watch Life of the Party. It's great. Also, Molly Mook, Caleb, and Essek from Campaign 2 of Critical Role. Also, Percy. Percy is my all-time, like, dream cosplay. Is Percival de Rollo. Really sad gunslinger. Yep. That's it. Has a bi wife. Literally, they're married now. Yeah. Those are the ones that I, because those would be expensive to do them right, and I wouldn't want to do them wrong.
Yeah. Exactly. That's how you got to think about it. Yes. Okay. Last question before we move.
Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon. Sorry, I just completely forgot about that one. Continue.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Weren't we all gonna cosplay How to Train Your Dragon at one point, or you brought it up? Just like
yeah, no, it's a plan thing. I will eventually cosplay Hiccup. Or Astrid. I think I was cosplaying Astrid.
Yeah. I think you said that I would cosplay Hiccup.
I think don't you have a Hiccup cosplay?
I could easily do that, but I do not at the moment. Because I didn't watch How to Train Your Dragon very much as a kid. I watched it once and I was like, okay. I know, I'm awful. I know.
I didn't say that. I implied it. I didn't say it.
Yeah, I know. I am aware. Yes. Last question before we talk about the D&D.
D&D Beyond.
Okay. This is also related to, like, no regards to money or transportation or anything. What would be your dream con?
Con? Yeah. I wouldn't really care about the specific con, but it would be a con with all of y'all. Like, if that is, like, MCM Comic Con or whatever it is.
Katsucon,
okay. Regardless. Yeah, it would be, I wouldn't really care about the con, it would be being with you guys. Because we could cosplay, like, the group cosplays, and, like, it'd just be great. We could film so many CMVs.
Be chaotic. That's what it would be.
It would be horrible. I might end up punching Justin in the face.
I was gonna say there's gonna be fist fights around every corner.
Yeah. Oh, there actually will be. Yeah. Yeah. It would. Yeah. I don't necessarily have a specifically favorite con that I want to go to.
Well, that's
I'm going to Brisnova or Supernova in Brisbane, which is a fun con. I'm going to go as I don't know if I'm going both days. I have to sort that out, but I'm most definitely going as Kaz because right now that's my not most expensive cosplay, but it's my most well-known cosplay. Mm-hmm. If I go as a second one, I want to plan a Speed cosplay from Young Avengers because one of my friends is cosplaying Wiccan.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's great. What was I gonna say? Yeah, but that's part of like the dream con is the people there with you.
Yeah, I don't necessarily care about what con I go to.
Yeah, if I like went to the most expensive and well-known Comic-Con, I wouldn't have a good time there unless I was with people that I wanted there. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it's chaotic and even if I get punched in the face, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth punching Justin in the face. Anything's worth punching Justin in the face.
Yes, exactly.
I shouldn't say that because Justin is going to be my roommate, but like, you know, we're gonna end up punching each other in the face at some point.
Oof. I guess I'm not going to Australia.
I made the conscious decision to go, hey, Justin, you can move to Australia and be my roommate.
Yeah, I pity you. Why did you do that?
Yes, I am a masochist. Anyway.
But I think, so I've had dreams where they predict things that happen, so I'm predicting that we as a group, we're all going to go to Australia, because it happened in a dream.
Eddie's the new Oracle of Delphi.
Mm-hmm. Call me Rachel Elizabeth Dare. Okay, moving on. Let's talk D&D, which is a giant world of world building.
And trusting dice to determine your fate. So, D&D. D&D was a game created by a bunch of guys in their basement. The guy who created it, his wife thought that he was cheating on her. No, he was just playing nerd D&D games in his basement, just all the time. He wouldn't spend time with his wife. He would be playing D&D.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that kind of evolved into. Well, that the whole thing was created just so they could play as different characters and fight monsters, and a lot of people took that and it became a very essential part in the queer community, because it was a game that you could play someone that wasn't you, and that you didn't have to be in your own skin to, like you would be a completely different person.
Yeah.
And that grew, and it became very mainstream and popular after Critical Role. Like, Critical Role was one of the things that kind of set D&D off. Like, people played it before Critical Role, but everyone knew about it because of Critical Role.
Yeah.
And I've always kind of been interested in playing D&D because I love acting so much, and D&D is a way that you can fucking act. Hi, Natalie. But yeah, I had the idea for a campaign, and I created it in high school with some people, and that didn't go well. So ended up bringing the idea to originally I think I brought the idea to Justin, and no it wasn't Justin, it was Natalie. Brought the idea to Natalie, and then Justin and Pine, and then you, and then like Nico and Lauren came in as guest characters. But it's a campaign based in a circus. And with this world, it took me a while to build, because in a D&D campaign, you have to think of, like, because I'm the dungeon master, so I'm the person who runs the game, and I don't necessarily play it, but I'm the one who essentially moves the story forward and tells the story. So in doing so, I get to know literally everything, more so than the players. Yeah. Which is cool. But also, I don't get surprised as often. So there is a downside to being a DM, and that is you don't get to play. And I do prefer playing, but I would never be able to give my child over to somebody else. So you
do get surprised by professional acting mode.
Yes,
Natalie. That's the one.
Natalie, yeah. Anyway,
I'm excited to have professional acting mode moments.
You will, and
yeah,
you will in a certain place in a certain time. So I bought this book to world build in, and we are currently up to filming session 14. That is how much I've written in there.
It's linked in the description if you want to watch the first 3 episodes.
First 3. Yep. Next Saturday. So it's currently uploading every second week until we're a bit behind on editing. So once that's underway, then we will be posting probably once a week, rather than once every second week. Currently posted episode 3, but with the world building of Cirque, I wanted to create essentially. I had an idea of what this entire thing would be about, and it would be about one group of people being idolized and being so great and so good. And when you look at it from an outsider's perspective, they are great and good and amazing. And then there's another group that isn't as good on the outside surface. They're the kind of like the not outsiders in that sort of sense, but it's 2 different complete cultures that clash with each other. And because there's a lot of that in society, regardless, with like there are things to do with race, there's like the LGBT community and the not LGBTQ plus community. Like there's a lot of different like stereotypes, and it like there's some things against like like between like gender like clash and sexism and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of differing groups that clash, and I wanted to have that in my campaign because when you think of D&D races, it's fantasy. There's nothing that's like I don't like I haven't coded any of my character, like any of a specific race as a specific culture, unless I just like unless the era of the place dictates it. But there's no specific race that's a specific has a specific connection to anything else. So when somebody looks on it and watches it, they go, "This is stupid. Why are they're the ones and the others? Why are the ones doing this and why are the others having to do this?" And you go, "Oh, right." So I built around that. I think I created the villain of the campaign first. He was the first person I made. And I don't like stereotypical villains, but I wanted him to seem as that. So how do I say this without spoiling? I wouldn't classify him as the main villain. I would classify as the circumstances that he was put under and the person who was responsible for those circumstances, I would count them as the main villain, even though they may not act villainous.
I love that.
Yeah. So I wanted a character that you really had to think about is this person really a villain? Is he really the source of every single problem? Because that's what I classify as a villain as in a story. He may be an antagonist, but the main villain is the whole reason why the story had to start and go forward. So to create that, I created a bunch of characters. I created the characters and then I built their stories into the world. So then the world kind of built itself. And the world is still I can't create an entire world and expect it to be done. Yeah. So there are things with your character. A lot of there's a place called Ivorin. A lot of Ivorin's backstory, the town's backstory, wasn't created until Hugo's character was created. Or Hugo's backstory was created.
Which was
Hugo's great. Hugo's gonna have a great time. But yeah, and the world, the players help build said world. And it is important to think of the characters in the way of what are their reactions to things, what are their goals, because often the goals will help build the world. Mm-hmm. The relationships that they have with characters will help build the world and certain scenarios. It's hard to not have plot holes, but as long as if you notice one, just quickly thinking of an idea, especially with a character going, "Oh yeah, no, this was here the entire time." So people might not end up noticing the plot hole before you do. Before you do. Yeah, first thing I think of is what I want the message of the world, or the whole reason why the world is created. What's that about? And I build it off there.
Is this the only world in D&D that you've built, or have you built others?
I've had a couple of ideas for different campaigns. Currently, we've got quite a few under the way. So, so I haven't done much building on it.
Yeah.
But sorry, give me one sec. So I'm getting a lot of notifications. I built Cirque. I helped build a couple of other worlds, but I would credit the creators of those worlds to that world creating. I kind of just went, "Hey, you can do this," and they're like, "Yes, I can." So I wasn't necessarily instrumental in building those.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of campaigns also going. We're filming them soonish. They won't be posted for a while, but we're going to be this 2 campaigns up and coming. There is a third one, but the third one's going to take a while. But yeah, I'm not going to DM any of those, so it'll be great.
Professional acting mode.
With creating characters, professional acting mode is great, especially once you've got the voice down, acting them is so much fun.
I don't even use a voice, I don't think.
Yeah, maybe you still getting in character. You sound different as Hugo than you do you. You know that, right?
Because I sound like an ENFP. Almost the exact opposite of me. Yeah, I sound like you.
But with my different characters, because as DM, you have to be able to distinguish between characters because no one's going to know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be accents. You can lower your voice slightly. You can talk in a little bit like more of a different tone. Like Araya I do use a British accent for her, but her voice isn't that different from mine. So with Araya, I open her, like, I make my voice a little bit higher. So it is British, but in the sense of, like, there's a lot of a floatier voice for it.
Mhm.
Then with Iran is wholeheartedly Scottish, and I lower my voice and kind of, like, open this part of my vocal cords for it. I'm a singer. I use weird terminology, but, like, I'm imagining, like, this part opening up. So it's easier to do a Scottish accent, but I still sound like Iran. So for instance, if I was doing Willen's voice is actually meant to be Scottish, but I keep forgetting the Scottish accent. So his voice is up here, but it's still the same accent. But yeah, so you can still like be able to distinguish. And then there's other people, like Hyde, for instance. Hyde, still British accent. But when you do like personalities, it's a lot easier to act as someone because still using the same accent, it's just lower.
Yeah. I can't do accents, so good on you.
I'm currently learning a Russian accent for this next arc.
I can't even do a Russian accent.
Was it Russian? Did we end up going with French, actually? Was it Russian?
Good question.
I think it's a bit of both.
It's both, because we were like, you gave me the option, and I was like, no. And then you asked Nico, I think, if they could do an accent, and they said Russian. I said Russian.
Russian is a little bit easier to do compared to other accents. You just overpronounce things.
Also, try.
Also, doing a Russian accent up high is actually really difficult. But this is about as high as I can go, without it still sounding a little bit like a Russian accent. Also, that was a voice of a certain character that you love that's a little bit purple.
Oh,
can't wait for session 15!
I think my brother's in the chat. Go away.
Brother in the chat. Hi, brother. Hey,
leave.
Is it TD Ski? Is that
TKD
Ski? Hi, TKD Ski. How's Bed Wars going?
Leave. It's fine.
Yeah. Anyone have any questions specifically about characters?
He just said no.
Okay.
How do you block user?
I'm gonna tell you because I like TKD Ski. It's chill.
You will walk right in. Joke's on you.
Is there any questions in the chat?
No. It's just my brother doing weird emoticons. Is that what the thing is called?
Oh. Do you have any questions for me about world building?
Yeah, I still have some questions, and we're going up to like 10 minutes left, so.
Okay, cool.
Comfort cosplay.
I haven't cosplayed yet, and it's gonna be again the same answer, but I feel like it's gonna end up being Casbreaker. It's getting into winter, and his cosplay is gonna be so warm and comforting and nice. It doesn't take a lot, although it does because I still have to put male makeup on.
I have no idea. Like, I have a general idea of who Breaker.
You should watch Shadow and Bone. Just saying, you'd actually really like it.
I've been told. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Seems interesting, though. And I think you're going to kill it. Kill the cosplay.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Who do you look up to in the cosplay world and in general? Like when you were first starting out, or just in general?
I look up to many people in general, in cosplay community, yeah. And said people, if they watch this, I'm just going to be laughing. They'll be like, what? No! But the first couple of people I followed, Nico and Jace introduced me to cosplay. if I didn't follow them, I probably wouldn't have cosplayed. Until I knew who you were, I looked up to you. I'm kidding.
No, don't.
I'm short. I look up to a lot of people. Just Eddie, you'd understand.
I'm tall.
Right. Okay. Right.
Mm-hmm. I am.
Yeah. So that means Natalie's tall as well. Guess that's true as well. If you're tall,
She's like 5'2".
Yeah, sure. 5'3". Thank you very much.
I'm 5'7".
Right. Okay. Anyway.
Do you want me to take it here? It's under my neck. I will get it.
Oh, it is so funny to make you mad. Anyway, people that I look up to.
Me, because I'm taller. Anyways, moving on.
I have platform shoes that would make me taller than you, Eddie.
I have platform shoes as well.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. They're in my closet right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, people I look up to that isn't Eddie. I don't look up to Eddie anymore because Eddie is an arsehole. Yeah, I think that's I admire people's cosplays. I don't necessarily look up to a hell of a lot of people, except for Nico and Jace, because they introduced me to cosplay. Because I go, oh yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna learn from that, rather than, oh my god, they're so cool. I'll never be like them. Like that's not what I view as looking up to. But that's what a lot of people view it as, like idolizing. I don't idolize people.
Yeah.
I very much am grateful to Nico and Jace for introducing me to cosplay, and there's a lot of different things that they do that I go, oh, okay, I will take this on board. Like Nico's male makeup, I go, I'll take how they do it on board. But yeah. Apart from that, yeah, don't really do that.
It's making noise. Okay. These are the last 3 questions that I ask everyone. The final questions. Are you ready?
Final questions. Yes.
Okay. If you could go back in time and give your younger self cosplay advice, what would you say?
Put on some makeup. Your acne is really bad. When you're trying to cosplay a character without makeup, the wig looks more obvious. So if you're just going to chuck on a wig without a wig cap, it's going to slide around and it's going to look really bad. So put on some makeup, try to look like the character. Not saying you need to wear makeup to cosplay, but I do.
I don't, so.
Yeah. Also wear a wig cap.
Yeah,
wear a wig cap. Get stockings and cut them or something. Please wear a wig cap. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some good advice. Sound advice.
Sound advice for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. If you could describe cosplay in one singular word, what would it be? And why?
Cosplay. One word. Okay. Do conjunctions count?
Sure. I don't know grammar.
Like breakfast.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or like skate park. 2 different words that are just
yeah.
No, neither of those words. Can I say story building? Because I'll just put the hyphenated. Story building hyphenated. Cool. Story building.
The theme.
Because cosplay is predominantly used to tell stories. So predominantly.
Whether it be OCs or just you're just
AUs, OCs, AUs, cosplaying a story, like cosplaying clips from a certain story.
Yeah.
Making me cry with sad stories. Anyway,
that is a really good word to describe it, because that is what it is.
Yeah.
Just a different method.
Yeah. What is the final question, Eddie?
Final question?
Yeah.
Well, it is for all the viewers out there, all one of you. Okay, ready?
Yep, ready. Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. What advice would you give a beginner cosplayer?
I started off very much closet cosplayer, and I still kind of do. I'm like halfway.
Mhm.
Have a look. Don't be afraid to layer items of clothing and wear them not the way that you'd expect. For instance, wearing a dress as a skirt, or wearing different parts that don't go there. Because you need to, when you're trying to cosplay a character, don't immediately think that you have to buy things.
Mhm.
Think, okay, how can I work with the stuff that I have, and try to get creative in the sense of like doing unconventional things. Like the amount of times I would pile clothes on top of clothes on top of clothes to get an idea that I'd like, that still, like, I would be wearing like 3 layers, but it would still look cool and it would still look like the cosplay. And you don't need to permanently alter things, but you can, like, for instance, making a shirt look shorter, tying it at the back, or getting a hair tie. Making a shirt making a shirt have like a certain black strip over it. Get a piece of black fabric and tie it around you. Just don't immediately assume that you have to spend hundreds of dollars on cosplay, because I don't. Most of my wigs were given to me by friends when I told them, hey, you don't need to buy me gifts, but hey, you're going to send me a massive package anyway. Yeah. That's also how I got wig caps. I have not bought a wig cap in my entire life. Yeah, I got given wig caps in a package because Heidi bought them for me because I needed wig caps. I think Heidi took a look at my cosplay and went, "That hurts me. I need you to wear a wig cap because you just put a wig straight on top of your hair."
Oh.
Yeah, my hair was manky, man. Because I have long hair. I need a wig cap. I would just tie it and stuff it in the wig and like put the wig upside down and pile my hair on top there until it fit in. Don't do that. If you can't buy a wig cap, or this is for people who have wigs. If you can't buy a wig cap or can't find them, stockings work. So like drag queens do this, but like put the regular like pants part of the stocking around, and to tighten it, you get the 2 leg sides and wrap it around and tie it back.
Mm-hmm.
That works as a wig cap. With wigs, do the whole like beanie trick, putting your hair up and then putting the beanie on top. And if your hair color is the wrong hair color, that doesn't matter.
Honestly,
like have fun with it, but don't be afraid to do unconventional things to get where you need to go. Don't murder a man, but like find some clothing. That's too unconventional. But like, you know what I mean by unconventional. Unconventional. Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I've been drinking milk out of a carton this entire time, but it's my milk. I live alone. Don't hate me for it.
I will. Just kidding. I won't. Anyways, that was a very good answer. I hope that if people watch this back, or whoever's watching this right now, I hope you guys will take that advice. And even if you don't cosplay, maybe you just pass it along to a friend. Hello.
Yeah.
Cosplay is very fun. And so is world building, as we've established.
I think established is very fun. I love creating worlds.
Thank you for coming on the Ed Talk, by the way.
Thank you for having me, Eddie.
Chaotic, as always.
Thank you for having me, Edwino.
Edwino.
Okay. Edwido. I'm calling you that now.
I don't know how to react.
Great.
Not going to.
That's exactly who I am as a person. You don't know how to react to me. It's fine.
It's fine. I don't know how to react to anyone. Anyways, thank you for
reacting. Anyway, that's a great way to end.
In to episode 8. And when will the next one be? Who knows? But I hope
I don't. Eddie doesn't.
No, I don't. At all. Thank you all for tuning in again.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.